Hello and welcome to another episode of the Wake Game Sleep podcast. This is episode 17. We're getting in there, guys. I'm your co-host, Common Sense, and I'm joined, of course, as always, by this discombobulated crew and my fellow co-hosts, the irrevocable Matt Barnes and the voice of reason on this pod. Sweet! Another week down.
Buddy.
Here we go.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Are we up to episode 100 yet?
Pretty close. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. But it's been another busy gaming week, or another busy week in the world of gaming overall, both in our personal lives, I'd say, and in everything that's releasing, since we talked about a bunch of releases that just came out last week. This week, we got treated to the State of Play, which I know, for us anyway, just ended. So did you guys watch it live?
They just ended literally 2 seconds ago when announcing God of War Lofty. So no date, but it does look absolutely fantastic. And probably, if I had to take a guess, and it does feel like this was one of the most complete state of plays that I have seen in a while. So it was absolutely fantastic, top to bottom. How about you guys?
I would agree with that overall too, because I think the last State of Play, Matt and I actually recorded right after it, and I felt like so many of those games were so similar to each other. It just felt like they showed like 20 of the same game in a row. Not literally, but it was just overwhelming, the similarities. And this one, it felt like it really threw up with the genres and the content and everything, but just being that much different from one another. So very strong. I really appreciated it. Anything that you guys are looking forward to from it?
Go ahead, Matt.
I was gonna say RuneScape, which I'm not normally a big fan of the RuneScape games, but RuneScape Dragon Wilds, right?
Yeah, something like that.
It looks amazing, and I want to play it because I've been looking for like an MMORPG, one to scratch my surface, but not WoW, just because it's too time intensive. So
yeah, you can't fall back into your old ways anyway.
Yeah, because then I'll never play another game again.
I'll never get you on this pod.
I did start playing a game with my brother, Forever.
Okay,
That's a pretty fun MMO. It's still in early access.
Yeah, how's that?
It's pretty fun. It's some of the bosses can be a little fun, challenging. For example, like one of the ones we've fought, if you're excluding a tank, you get one-handed if you don't dodge his ability. So it's pretty fun. It's, you ever play those games where it's like the game's on easy mode and you don't have a chance to die? You might have heard me talk about that before on this stream, guys. It's like a Marvel game.
Easy,
Matt.
Yeah. I like a challenge. I like a challenge.
Yeah, and that game gives it to you. You feel like?
That the one boss did, but we haven't even hit max level. So once you hit max level, there's harder levels for the dungeons. So we'll see. Hopefully. What about you guys? Any games that you saw that you really want to play?
There were a bunch of good ones. I mean, the whole thing started off really strongly with showing an extended look at Wolverine. Some of that gameplay finally. So that looks so good. I cannot wait for that. But probably just as good as I was hoping for anyway. And I was surprised with how much they showed.
I'm excited for that game too.
Yeah, right after that, a genre we really don't talk about. I know it's the same, but respect and love to it, and that's Tokon Fighting Souls. That is very interesting to me. I never thought that they would ever add Green Goblin or Carnage.
Oh, I know.
And that was insane. And along with the fact of that Bandai decided to whip out its old bag. And when I mean old bag, they brought back Ace Combat, and that was number 8. Ace Combat 8 is being released. So that is absolutely insane. Now that is a game franchise that makes me feel old.
Yeah, I know. So not a huge fan myself of like fighter games or even like flight sim type of games, but both of those really made me interested in playing them. I think I'm going to have to try that Marvel one, but I was so impressed with Ace Combat. I couldn't believe how good they made that game look.
I would say the same thing about fighters too. Like I'm not like I'll play them, especially they're fun once in a while when you have like a group of friends and you're just playing next to each other. But besides that, like they don't hold my attention for long.
I completely
Right. Yeah,
understand.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
mostly jumping into those group gaming sessions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like New York as a city. It's either you love it or you hate it. It's the same format when it comes to video games with fighting video games. That's pretty much it. It's true. You love it or
Yeah,
you hate it.
I guess, but then there's games like Smash, and I could spend forever playing Smash Bros.
That is a different fighting game because you're not dealing with health bars, you're dealing with percentages that allows you to become weaker and weaker until you get knocked out of bounds,
Plus, there's
you
all this
know?
extra like random like Pokeballs and stuff like that that make that a little
Exactly.
more, fun. It's not the same. It's not the same repetitive thing. Well, kind of is eventually,
Okay,
but
hmm
yeah.
not exactly. Right? Like you
Yeah, I
play
could
Mortal
see that.
Kombat, and it's unless you're playing a different character, it's the same thing.
We faced a guy, we had a college roommate who is a very good friend of ours, and he knows who it is, but I won't recognize his name. He was at one time, it wasn't Super Smash Brothers, it was the second one, Super Smash Brothers
Melee.
Melee.
Yeah.
And he was actually the fourth ranked person within New York State, and he was in a
Wow.
tournament that um he placed fourth, and if he got third, he would have been sponsored. And I remember that conversation a multitude of times for him telling that. It is a fantastic story. But long story short, with him, um, Matt and myself would play him in college with Super Smash Brothers. We would gang up on him, and he would smash us all to hell.
Yeah.
And his
That's
main
so
person
awesome.
was Wolf or it was Bowser, and I remember that. And he was fantastic. He had a fantastic move where he would kill himself, but he would kill you first. I mean, he
Yeah,
was that good.
with the Bowser,
That's
he'd grab you and
great.
then do the like drop down.
Yep. That's
Yep.
awesome. I had this one friend who was just like crazy good at Smash, but he always would tell everybody that, oh, well, I was really good at Smash Melee specifically. I was like, no, man, you got to try the new one on the Switch at the time. And so I got a bunch of people to come over to my house. And he was like, I'm only coming over if I can play on a GameCube controller. I was like, come on, man, just come over and play
Yep.
the game with us. So it took him forever to finally commit to it, but he ordered
Yep.
himself a Switch GameCube controller just to play it. I invited everybody over, and then he destroyed everybody.
Yep.
So I was sitting there like making fun of him for it, and then he completely just
hmm
ate us that entire
He
game.
did the same thing to us. It's the power of the GameCube controller that gives you mastery, skill, and
I
control
guess
of all the
so.
characters in Super
Yeah.
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, all thanks
Yeah,
to Melee, right?
we had the
hmm
controllers. It didn't help us.
No, it didn't. We got killed even faster.
But a few more notable ones from the state of play. I thought that that Tomb Raider remake ended up looking pretty
Yep.
awesome in the end. They showed a little bit more of that, and a little bit of a callback to our previous episode about those horny gamers. They finally got their glimpse at Lara Croft.
They did, and it's going to be a very good game, but it
Gonna be
just doesn't feel right without having an Uncharted game to rival it. But you never know what's in the
good.
future,
Yeah,
but
I'm
it's
telling you,
going to be
that's coming.
fantastic.
That's
hmm
coming. But keeping an eye out for some group games, I saw that they had that Kimuri game. You guys saw that one?
No, I
Absolutely
didn't.
fantastic. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. I think that's going to be very good. Very good graphics, and it just, the sense of spirit warding and hunting down
Yep.
spirits of yokai,
And I don't know
up
if
to
you
three
guys
players.
saw, but it's 3 players, so we can all team up together.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Guys, you'd be happy to know that after trying to convince him for like weeks, at least 2 weeks, we got Sweet to buy Helldivers 2. He doesn't usually buy whole lot of
Oh
games
yeah.
outside of Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed.
All you just had to say was like, "Hey, remember Starship Troopers the movie?
I know
You
he
know
just
they made a
didn't
game
paint
of
it
it,
in the
right?"
right image for you, I feel.
It's
I was like, "That could be kind of fun." And sure enough, yeah, it's fantastic.
So
yeah,
yeah,
we had
Sweet
so
and
much
I
fun
jumped
playing.
into a couple games during the weekend, and then Matt and all of us played together earlier this week. And boy, that was chaotic. Sweet and I were doing really good. So Matt, I feel like you kind of dragged us down a little bit, if I'm being honest.
What are you talking about?
I don't know,
You see
man.
my kills in that game?
It's probably because you had it on the same mode that you had that Marvel game on.
Oh, I was gonna say you do run your own players over with the tank, so it's not fair. So you
I
do
don't run
cause
them
the
over.
death.
You run under me. Well, Zach did run under me.
It seemed like one of the big shout outs from State of Play though seemed to be Marathon, and I was a little bit disappointed with them making like such a call out to it, because hasn't that game been out for a while now? I guess with like season 2 and like the
it's new
extra
season.
features of it, but even still.
It's whoever has whoever has the most money to pay them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It must be like a cash push from Bungie. We were talking about those numbers being down, so they're really just trying to increase them.
Yeah.
I originally thought when I saw Bungie, I was like, oh, another Halo. And I'm like, no. And I saw the colors and I'm like, Marathon.
Yeah, no, I know.
So...
Yep. That's exactly what went through my mind.
Yeah.
The new Silent Hill game, though, looked pretty good. I'm not like much of a Silent Hill person, but it looks like a little bit of Last of Us in there with the sneaking around and everything. So
I do, and
interesting.
they also did it with what was that other game that was coming out, for next year.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I will never play that game. That game looks terrifying.
Yes, but the one random game that brought nostalgia with me, I played the sequel to Death on PlayStation 2, so it's the one right before that, and they're remastering it, and that's Dynasty Warriors 3.
I saw that.
PlayStation 5. I was like, you know what? That would be a really good co-op game to play with people. And that is a really good underrated franchise. Yes.
I haven't touched it in years, so it'd be really interesting to see how it plays now. Especially the third one.
Yes.
Until Dawn, though, they announced the sequel.
Until Dawn 2. I can't believe that. Matt, what is the most, if you had a wish of a sequel for any video game, or it could be a release that is anticipated. Well, I know about GTA 6, but is there any other anticipated wish of a game you wish would exist, or do you know that could probably be upcoming?
World of Warcraft.
Do you wish that?
No. I got to think about that. Zach, you go ahead. I'll come back.
Well, I did say something that I was hoping they would say during State of Play was that new Gen Design game. I know I've talked about it a little bit, but gosh, that game looks so good, and I haven't seen any more about it other than that first shout out for it during last year's State of Play. So I would love to see that come out, but I love anything by that company. So I would love to see more by them in general. If I could say anything going crazy, I would say new Shadow of the Colossus game, but I know that's never going to happen.
You never know.
Sweet, what's your answer?
It's the usual suspects, Uncharted 5, Spider-Man 3. They're more realistic possibilities, but you never know.
Yeah.
But and I just saw this today. Try to do a quick segue and then segue back. Cheers to us, gentlemen, because we have reached officially 20 subscribers. It is a small win, but it's congratulations to us. Thank you again so much, and I appreciate all our fans out there. It starts small. You always start small before you start big. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Hey, we got more viewers than we have people on this podcast, so that's good, right?
Exactly.
But hey, we're trucking along. So thank you, everybody who watches this on YouTube. Thanks anybody who's subscribed or followed us on Spotify, Apple, or wherever else. We're really appreciative, as Sweet said. So keep it up. Tell your friends.
How many episodes are we at now?
17. I announce it at the beginning of every episode.
Come on, listeners.
He stops listening after a certain point.
Like, listeners, do I listen?
Actually, I was rewatching some of the State of Play when you were talking.
Awesome.
But
All right. Well, with all the announcements and gaming events happening this summer, it's really helped keep me personally looking forward to all that's to come down the road. I know we've been talking about the state of play for a while. I know Summer Games Fest is coming out pretty soon, but I did think it would be fun this episode to reminisce a little bit about all the games that have come out growing up in general. So we spent a lot of time this show slipping into the nostalgia of games and gaming moments that we've loved over the years. So I figure why not dedicate a whole episode to what we know best, our own experiences. So to start off, do you guys remember the very first video game that you ever played?
It was the official combo when getting the Nintendo, so that was the Duck Hunt Super Mario Brothers
Okay.
combo. So
Yeah.
yes,
Okay. So were you more into the Duck Hunt or were you more into the Super Mario Bros. Game?
balance because I was 4 years old and I couldn't understand what the hell I was doing, but I know that I was having fun.
That's
I
true. Well,
can
then that light gun
promise
was
you
perfect
that
for you
I've
at
never
4.
completed either one of them, but yes.
You got an answer, Matt?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with two here. All right. First, I'm gonna tell you the first game I've ever like played, and then I'm gonna tell you the first game I ever like pulled, like was so in love with that I pulled an all nighter.
So
My
World of Warcraft.
No, no. I did pull many of all nighters for World of Warcraft, but so the first game I probably ever played was probably uh, Diddy Kong Racing.
There you go.
That was the very first. Okay, I know that. Yeah, you talked about playing N64 as like one of your first consoles, right?
Yeah, yeah, and then played the hell out of that, and then we started buying the older ones, and then buying newer ones after that. And then the game that kept me up all night, the first game. Now let me finish this before you start laughing, if you're gonna laugh.
Okay.
Warcraft. But not World of Warcraft, not World of Warcraft, all right?
Guys, it wasn't the whole world, okay?
Yeah.
Warcraft Reign of Chaos. Because not specifically for the game itself, but the custom games online. You ever play any of those?
No, no.
So people can design games like for example, like there was a Dragon Ball Z game within it. There was well, now that if you go on right now, there's Pokemon games and stuff like that. They
Hmm.
just using like the world from that, and actually they can even do some crazy skin things. But there's all sorts of games, and the game within that game that I was playing was a game called Sheep Tag.
Nice.
Okay. That's cool though. Playing a game within a game even way back then.
Yeah, yeah.
How old were you with that one?
I don't remember.
Okay.
It was a while ago because that's what I started
That's a
playing
little
that, and
bit
then I
older
went into
though,
World of
right?
Warcraft.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's a little bit older though, so that
Yeah.
surprises me.
Yeah.
That was
It
the
is.
first game I played.
It is.
Like pulled it all nighter. Like I played for 24 hours straight.
What about you, Zach? What is your first all-nighter game?
Well, my very first game that I ever played was when I was like 4 or maybe a little bit younger. No, it was about 4. It was about 4. But it was Mickey and Minnie's Circus game. I don't remember what it was called,
Got you.
Circus Mayhem or something. It was for the Super Nintendo because it was the newest console at the time. Anyway, but gosh, me and my sister spent hours in that game. So that was the very first one that I spent like all-nighter though was probably not until I was like 12 or 13. And that was probably well, no, actually it was probably when I was like 8 to 10. It was Abe's Odyssey. You remember that game?
Oh my God, Oddworld Dave's Odyssey. Yes.
Oh yeah, me and my mom would stay up until like the crack of dawn playing that game together.
Your mom?
My mom, yeah, it was the only
That's
game that
pretty
I've ever
cool.
played with my mother. Yeah, but she
That's pretty
loved
cool.
it, so I convinced her to let me stay up late and everything. So that was awesome. But then when I was a little bit older, burnout.
I would say the first all-nighter I would do would be the PC. Like, I'm gonna put in two different categories where video game where you would spend a lot of time on and try to complete, and
Okay.
then an literally all-nighter. Literally all-nighter was PC Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Oh, great,
Summer break,
Jesus,
and
this
that
great
one
guy's
was
choice.
very good. So, first game that I ever tried to play like multiple hours during the day, but the batteries would die. I know this console has a love-hate relationship with people. I love it. Game Gear.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna go with you talk about your Mickey Mouse game. I have my Mickey Mouse game, and that is Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusion.
Oh, I played that one too. That was a great
So for
one, right?
Game Gear, that one was
Oh,
very good.
so
Very
good.
underrated console. I mean,
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful memories with that console. I
Yeah, I played.
technically have more wonderful memories with Game Gear than I do with Game Boy.
Oh gosh. Well, that did
What?
have the
Yeah.
backlit screen, right? So added
Yeah.
one up.
Game Boy,
I,
I remember the friggin' our mom made the mistake of buying the lights that you attached to it.
yeah.
Oh, I had it. I had
Yeah,
that
so
too. That was fantastic. And the magnetizer, oh, it's fantastic. Looks like
I
your
like
Game
how
Boy's
you
a
say
transformer.
made the mistake because you spent all hours of the night just in bed playing it. You mean right?
Yeah.
yep. It's like, mom, if you would have not bought these, I wouldn't been able to play once you turn off the light.
Right.
Zach, I remember before I joined, you asked, I think, with one of the episodes of Matt, he was like, did you have the brick Game Boy? And I think
Yes.
you said no. I had the brick Game Boy.
Oh,
That
you did
one,
too.
yes, I
Oh, I
Okay.
had the
did.
brick
I
Game
had the
Boy.
brick
Yeah.
Game Boy. Yep,
Wow. Yeah, I never
yep.
had one of those.
You want to know what makes you feel old? Having a brick Game Boy and playing Pokemon on it for the first
Yeah.
time.
That's what we started out with in our house. So like we got the brick Game Boy, and you could for everybody to share. And then when the Game Boy Colors came out, then everybody
Oh yeah.
got their own.
Oh yeah.
Yep. What colors did you guys have?
I had the almost like a turquoise green color. You know that one?
Yes. I had the lime green. Did anyone have the
Yeah.
special Pikachu one, which was like part yellow, part blue?
I didn't,
That
but
they You
one of my
did?
brothers
Okay.
got it. No, no, one of my brothers got it.
Oh.
I didn't. I
No,
I
but
had like a red one, I think.
my brother had the lime green one too.
I think it's also I got another very good question. What is a console that you believe doesn't deserve, I mean, doesn't get enough credit that you think it deserves? I'm gonna go with a wild card, and it's a but it's the same company, and that is Sega Saturn and Sega Dreamcast.
Okay. All right.
I had
I can see
refurbished
that
versions of
though.
both. I
Yeah.
had refurbished versions of both, and they were both fantastic.
Doesn't get the love it deserves. Well, none probably that I had, because I mean they were decently popular. Maybe
Hmm.
the GameCube out of any of the ones that I had, but I would definitely say the Wii U didn't get the love it deserved.
Gotcha.
Just
Yep.
because that did actually have some great games on it, and it shows how great those games were because they ended up coming out on the Switch as like deluxe versions, and
Hmm.
they were wicked popular on that console. So I think it was just a rough time for Nintendo.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
What
what's
was
your
your
answer, Matt?
favorite, like, underrated one? What is your underrated
I
console?
probably have to go with GameCube too. Just because
Yeah.
a lot of the other, there's not really a whole bunch of underrated systems. I mean, there's a few, right? But there's not.
Well, yeah, not anymore anyway. But I mean, when you brought up Sega Genesis and stuff, I would definitely agree with those. Those were very underrated.
You know what I
Those were
wish was.
like the other kids in your class. Those kids had that. Everybody else was playing Nintendo.
um,
Oh man.
you know what I wish was a little better, like that system that I got that I yeah definitely wish was a little better, and it is pretty awesome. But the MetaQuest 3,
Oh,
Okay.
VR, yeah, VR in
yeah,
Yeah,
general, I would
VR.
agree with. Yep,
It could be.
uh, it's like fun, but a lot of the games are just gimmicky, or they're
Yes.
yeah,
like pretty much the same thing.
yep. Yeah,
But
I've said it forever, but until VR is more of like an AR overlay of everyday life, it's not going to take off.
yeah.
Yeah, that is expected. And most definitely. I want to go back to GameCube. Like, I truly believe with both of you because when it comes to Nintendo, that is the first console that comes to mind when it comes to underrated. People can talk about the Wii U, Wii in general, even though it was revolutionized. because of the motion play and all that stuff.
Hmm.
When it comes to GameCube, it was forgotten quickly because of like when the next gen came, that was a console where it felt like Nintendo had to pivot very quickly because that they were being like very heavily like outdated, but it had some fantastic bangers. Like it outperformed like PlayStation 2 like at the end. We know it's the most sold console, but I felt like when it came out, it was a really good rival. It
Yeah.
destroyed pretty much the Sega Dreamcast, but it does deserve its love. I know the main game that's affiliated with it. What are the main ones? Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario, uh, Sunshine. What other ones? I know they redid Sonic Adventure, and that people some consider it's Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. They consider that one better than the original one on Dreamcast. I mean,
Yep.
just to name a few,
No, I know. It has
really good,
such
really
great
good
games.
console.
But do you guys remember the first console that you ever remember feeling that absolute need to get? Because I remember my first consoles, for example, were ones that like my parents just got, like my N64, my Super Nintendo, things like that, my PlayStation 1. But when I was old enough to actually decide for myself, I remember I was just like pleading for the GameCube when it came out. That's a great example. And then
Mm-hmm.
not too long after that, the Game Boy Advance SP.
Absolutely.
But what about you guys? Do you remember the first console you were like begging your parents to bite the bullet for?
Probably Game Boy Color for me, because we had that one Game Boy, and then we had to share, and then we each wanted our plus
Oh,
Pokemon. Come on.
really? So as soon as the Game Boy. Okay, you were pretty young when that came out, right? Like 10-ish?
Well, we were
I
used
would
to
say,
them buying almost every system after that for us.
Okay.
mm-hmm.
What about you,
I
Sweet?
would say N64 for me. Yeah, that one was
Wow,
like,
really?
yep, that one was the first one. Um,
You were like
kind of
what? Like 6 years old?
No, he was
along
like
those
20
lines.
already.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was that one was like the hot commodity, and somehow, some
Wow,
way, it was gifted to me for Christmas, and I got it. Fun
that's great.
fact: I love the what was it, the second gen Nintendo 64s more than
Yes,
the original,
the
which was the one that
64DD
had
or
the neon
something.
colors. I had the neon
Oh,
teal one. That one was absolutely awesome, and I had a ball. And I played, what was it? Lego Racing. That was, oh, so good. But yeah,
Do you guys have a favorite overall console?
Mine was Nintendo 64.
It is.
Like perfect. Love playing Perfect Dark on it. Diddy Kong Racing, the Mario games that came out on it.
Yeah. Well, Mario Party were like some of the first like group game with friends type of games that I
Yeah,
played, right? So
yeah. And
yeah,
mm-hmm.
then
that's good.
GoldenEye, like
Yep.
so much, so much GoldenEye.
How about
Yeah.
you, Zach?
I would definitely say PlayStation 2 just because I feel like that has like my most beloved games on it.
You ever break out the PS2
Yeah,
and
I
play the
actually
games?
ended up bringing my old one, the one that I grew up with from my mom's. So I occasionally will hook it up and play like Guitar Hero with the wife and stuff like that.
Here's a good side question for you guys. Um, how many of you bought, like, I know it's more affiliated with PlayStation than anyone else, bought the next gen or slim versions of consoles?
I bought the PlayStation 2 Slim because
Got
when at the time I read that the stats for it were just as good as the regular PlayStation 2, and it's like what, a fourth of the size of
Mhm.
it's so small, and I just couldn't believe that they even made it that small, but it ran
Exactly.
amazingly and still runs to this day. So,
Yes.
but no, nothing else, I don't think.
Yeah,
Gotcha. For me, it's a tie right now between PlayStation 5 and Super Nintendo. That is my greatest.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought
oh,
you
you
were
switched
answering your
up
own
there.
question for
Yeah,
a sec.
it was a
You're
good
a little
switch.
back
And
and
then
forth.
going back to my Slims, would you consider, like, it was considered PlayStation when it first came out, but I don't know if you guys remember PS1, that was the first Slim,
Yep.
the one that was white. Yep.
Yep.
I got that one. PS2 Slim, PS3 Slim. That was the only version of PS3 that I
Oh,
had, and a PS4 Slim.
so you
Oh
did get
damn, you
like
get
all
all the
the
slims.
slims.
Yes.
Wow, good for you.
Well, I waited. I was late to the parties with the systems because how can you beat, even though you don't play games for a couple years, cheaper the price and more memory. So I'm just saying, that's math right there. That's a business decision.
Yeah, but I did read that the PlayStation 3 was a little bit disappointing. I mean, I didn't have a PlayStation 3 at the time, but I did know friends that did. And I remember the original one, you could like, it was backward disc capable until
Yep.
like PlayStation 1 even.
Right.
And then when they did the Slim, didn't they remove the backward capability of it? It could
Yes,
only go
they
back
did.
to PlayStation 2 or something, right?
They did. Yep. Only back to PlayStation 2.
Yeah, so that kind of stinks with that Slim. It's like why would you slim it down if you're going to take away
Well,
functionality?
I remember that because if you want to go with real life, um, I technically had two PlayStation Slims because, PlayStation 3 Slims because I remember saving up and buying it. And then I had a chance to go back to college. This was before with meeting, you know, everything within life. But I had to sell it for summer courses for college just to help with my degree. And and then like not even 6 months later was another one was gifted to me. So
Okay, all right.
yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
guess,
awesome.
yeah,
yeah.
circumstantially that makes sense. But hey, at least you got a new
So
one gifted to
I got
you.
I remember I sold it for $200. I got an A in statistics, and then I got another one 2 months later. So
It's
So
yeah,
I
probably
call it
good.
a success.
yes.
That's
Yeah,
probably why
it's a
you got the
win-win.
A, because you didn't
It's a
have a game to
win-win.
play.
Yep, I did. It was
I do
awesome.
want to touch on your favorite gaming console, though. You said Super Nintendo was one of your favorites?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's a great choice, but I don't hear that very often as favorite anyway. So
I
what
think
makes you
it's more
say
along
that?
the fact if you remember the game catalog,
Oh,
um,
yeah, I know. So many good ones. I
you
mean, even
know,
Super Mario World, I would say that puts that console so high up there. But
I
Super
don't even think
Metroid on top
that's
of it?
I don't even think that's the best Super Nintendo Super Mario game. Yoshi's Island is my favorite.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
really?
yeah, my friend would say
So
that too, but I've never been a huge
I know,
Yoshi
I know,
Island
I know.
fan.
But I think that they were just more along the facts where they had a couple of years and the people within Nintendo's gave rights to everything and they just didn't give a damn of like who they wanted to give it to. I mean, Super Star Wars, that considered
Yep.
amazing games.
So
Zombies
good.
Ate My Neighbors,
Yeah.
Super Castlevania 4, the Mega Man X
Oh, yeah.
franchises,
Yep.
Chrono Trigger. I mean, that is just the start. And I know it's just
Oh,
like
gosh.
nostalgia. And Matt's like, what? But yeah.
You're right. I mean, going through that list, you are absolutely right. I don't have any judgment. It is still a good choice. It's
No.
just I don't get to hear people say that very frequently. So it was nice to hear
Mm-hmm.
because gosh, I loved some of those games.
Absolutely.
Speaking of consoles though, do you guys remember midnight releases back in the day?
Yeah.
Yep.
That, and isn't
You
it crazy that systems sell out and like wasn't what PlayStation was it like that you couldn't even get for like a
Oh
whole
my
year?
gosh. Yeah, I couldn't get it until like closer to 2022, I believe.
The next system is about to come out, and you finally can get
Yeah, I know.
the last one.
Do you guys remember the last console that you waited in line for a midnight release for, though?
Not a console, but a game. And it was with this gentleman right
Ooh,
here. We were in college. And he looks at me and he goes, YOLO. And I'm like, all right, fine. And he made me buy Madden. And then there was a midnight release of Borderlands 2. And that
Oh
was
yeah.
hilarious.
okay,
Yep.
nice. Oh, that's awesome. Was it a great crowd? Because, gosh, that's what I miss about those midnight releases. We're just seeing fellow gamers with that same passion. It's such good days.
There were a couple. Yeah, there were a couple. How about
What
you,
about
Matt?
you, man?
Probably that
Thanks.
the same one. The latest thing I've waited in line for was Magic the Gathering cards, but
Okay, midnight.
There you go.
No, not
New
midnight.
channel, new
Hell
channel.
no, not
Okay, all right. Well, I don't mean any physical line, Matt. I get it. You don't leave your house, okay?
I don't. Well, to go to work. But...
Yeah, I was at the grocery store last week, actually.
I went out and played pickleball this weekend.
That's
There you
true.
go.
I
Yep.
whooped some people. I whooped this guy's ass. No, I
Mine,
I
you did
didn't.
not. You
I
you
didn't.
lost to me.
Oh my god.
Another two times playing, and I got you.
I'm just
Okay.
imagining just
We'll
Matt
see.
with short shorts, the pickle ball, and then just giving the middle finger after every point. So yeah.
Actually, he just gets whipped out so fast in his old age that I just
I
have to wait to
do.
whip him
Wow.
down.
I'm not in shape, and this guy's still bouncing around like 8 games later.
It was so funny. I was watching him trying to stretch himself out towards the end.
Gotta stretch. If not, you get injured and you
gotta
can't play
stretch.
for 2 weeks.
Exactly. Otherwise, you get like pulled hamstrings and hernias. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially at our ages.
Yeah.
Last console release for me, though, that I waited in line for, or last midnight release in general, was the Switch One. But I dragged my friends to go with me, even though they had really low hopes for the console. One of them, like, absolutely was a naysayer. They're like, I already have a Wii U. Why would I get the new Switch? But gosh, it ended up living up to it altogether.
Quick question for you with that,
Yeah.
Zach. I know it's kind of new for one, obviously, but which one do you feel like has lived up more to the hype? Switch or Switch 2?
I consider it like the same console, to be honest.
Okay.
The Switch 2, though, is obviously better specs in every regard. It's like an adult-sized Switch, finally. So I prefer the Switch 2, but I would say that the Switch 1 probably ended up living up to it a little bit more so, just because they ended up, I've talked about it a little bit on this podcast, they ended up like signing up with a lot of indie developers. So there was just a ton of games that ended up releasing, but they were a little bit slow to release them at first. So I think Switch 2 will pick up. I'm surprised it's taking it as long as it has, but who knows? Maybe it'll surpass the Switch 1 in my mind someday.
The only thing it's going to pick up is in price.
That's true. Well, it will definitely do that, apparently. But in regard to those midnight releases, it does suck that now that everything's online, you can only do those online purchases. And like you were saying, they sell out so quickly that you don't even get a chance of celebrating on day one like you did in those good old days.
Yeah. You know what I've done that is kind of like a midnight release nowadays? There's certain games where it gets released at a certain time and you just stay up. Like World of Warcraft, we've done it where me and my buddies are sitting there waiting to the moment the expansion goes live, and then we usually would take a day or two off of work and we just are disgusting degenerates. Just play. we would go shopping beforehand for like a week's worth of food and like,
that's
drinks.
great.
Yeah.
Such a good idea. No, I know. I told myself that I need to start doing that more. Just take a little bit more me time to celebrate those games coming out. Just because, I mean, once that like early push ends up wearing off and nobody's talking about it anymore, your excitement for it kind of wanes away too. So I would love to live out those like early exciting days of a game more like I used to back when I was younger. If you guys could return to a previous gaming time in your life, what time do you think you would return to?
2000s.
2000s. Why?
I think it was just because it was the start of the new millennium and everything felt new. It felt more experimental where they did want to go to like the highest thing where you didn't have the expectations like you do now where it's just being like, oh, we have to have said specs, we have to have said memory, we have to have said, gameplay. Everything felt so like in a brand new world where you didn't have a sense of expectations. It was just so euphoric where you felt like you were trying something new and you didn't have the sense of expectations. Just a awesome sense of innocence and just to trial and error no matter what.
Huh. Wow. That's a great answer. No, I did love those early 2000s though. I felt like so many exciting games came out around then. What about you, Matt?
Uh, my answer is going to kind of be something I talk about all the time. It's going to be World of Warcraft. It's
All
during.
right, we're skipping you.
Oh,
Okay.
wait! It's during Burning Crusade, and part of it was at the time my life was crap, so like I just buried myself in the game
Okay.
um, to avoid actual life. So um, I ended up making a crap load of friends, and I would literally play 24/7 at that time.
Okay. And what time was that? What'd you say? Year
It's
wise?
right after I graduated high school.
Okay. So
The
like late 2000s?
um yeah
2006.
Late
no
2010s, I mean. Oh no, early
2000
2000s.
Yeah,
2007.
I forgot he's 24.
Cut that,
I
cut
wish. I wish.
that.
I'm over here freaking like cheering when I get a prescription for prednisone. All right, I'm not that young. I'm like, yes, yes, I'm gonna feel no leg pain for like 5 days. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I would say my favorite gaming time was something that we have mentioned on this pod before too, though. It was the indie apocalypse, just because I feel like so many games were just being innovated upon back then. So we got so many good ones all coming out back to back. I mean, there's so many different periods of my life where I remember just guffawing over games in general, but that one I think is what helped like develop such a love for gaming. Like solidified myself calling me a gamer. Was there a specific point in your life where you remember where you started defining yourself as a gamer?
I would say shortly after I graduated high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I got my first apartment, because then that's when I would like I bought my first gaming desktop, gaming computer. Period.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of got into the whole
Yeah,
shtick.
yeah. Like before that, I was using my mom's old computer to play on it, or a friend's computer. Uh, but that is when I forgot. Yeah, I spent like 3, 4 paychecks.
Oh
And
wow!
got
All
it. Yeah.
right,
Mm-hmm.
that's great. No, good answer.
What about you?
Yeah.
I would say around like post college times. Actually, I never really put that slogan on myself for a while. When I was young, though, I didn't feel like I ran into a lot of other people that played games very often. Like in elementary school, it was mostly like kids occasionally mentioning Pokemon, but most of the time it was like the cards. Not many people talking about the games themselves. So it wasn't until I was like early teens that I even noticed how many other people game as often as I did back then. So I would never have put that slogan on myself until I was older. Just
Really?
because I wasn't like one
Post
of those
college?
diehard like wow every night type of gamers back in the day.
Post college isn't even that long ago. I mean,
Post college is a long time ago, man.
but it's pretty. That's pretty late
Who are
in
you
your life.
kidding?
That's pretty
Yeah,
late in your life
yeah,
to like. That's when you realize you're a gamer.
yeah, exactly. That's what I mean, though. I never really would have considered it, but now I
Mm-hmm.
definitely would. What about you,
Guys,
Sweet?
for him, it's actually he just graduated college like 2 days ago. So
I
Yeah.
wish. I wish.
Yep. I see the books in the back. I won't. Not trying to go deep, but it's the only answer I have, and that is probably during school because I used it with an escape, and I know Matt talked about it. A lot going on. You know, Matt's my brother. Love him dearly. But I can understand that similar effect of, using it as an escape with like stuff going on, and then, you can consider yourself as a gamer.
Mhm.
I wouldn't say that I stopped gaming, but I just wanted to prove myself when I was in senior year in high school, truly for the first time, and, finish up with honor roll all year, and that led to greater things. Uh, Little PSA out there for anyone. Yes, college is important. So are high grades. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Hulk Hogan style. But just a matter of the fact. But yes, it is a fact where it can be a very good escape. But just make sure that it doesn't take all aspects of your life. But I guess you could say that answers the question.
Yes, read those when it's on the loading screen when it says please touch grass. Touch grass once in a while, guys.
Yes, touch grass once in a while. Yeah,
Occasionally,
take a
anyway,
break.
right? All right, so I know we've talked a lot about our different nostalgic feelings for games, but I do have this one friend who is just like obsessive with his like old Nintendo nostalgia. I feel like he like constantly is thinking back to the way he used to feel about games when he was young, because this guy I would not consider a gamer in any capacity. But he spends all of his free money to spend on like old consoles and all like this big Nintendo collection basically. So he has this one bookshelf that's just dedicated to all his Nintendo collection. Do you guys collect anything gaming related? Would you say? Do you have like a obsessive type of love for that physical gaming stuff?
Would you consider statues of video game characters count?
Oh yeah,
There you
Yeah,
go.
definitely.
majorly.
Mhm.
Of course. What do you have? Oh my
I
gosh, I
have
wish
a Miles
everybody could see them.
Morales, a couple of Assassin's Creed statues I'm probably going to be getting soon, but yeah. Mine's more within the comic book and manga range, but yes,
Hey,
I've
still
also got a few
counts.
things.
That's
They
awesome.
do.
Do you have a lot of
Yeah.
comic books?
Oh yeah. Yep.
What about you, Matt, though? Do you collect any physical gaming type of memorabilia?
I don't really. Whenever World of Warcraft would come out with like the special edition that you sometimes get like little things for, I would do that. Actually, I have a at work. I have a World Warcraft mug too,
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
and then I collect Magic the Gathering cards. But
Yeah, so you still have your separate nerdism on the side there with the magic
yeah,
cards.
what about you, Zelda stuff?
I actually don't collect really any physical things. Small table behind me is really the lot of it, and most of it is just stuff that I get like gifted to me.
We're gonna
But
change that.
yeah, well, I would love to have like a little gaming setup of all my collectible things, but I've just never found like a use for it really, or
Well,
like
aren't we gonna supposed to have a challenge here pretty soon?
yeah, eventually. What's happening with you over there? It's been like weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have anything.
I have the same setup at least.
It's been months.
Yeah, but
You
it's
gotta,
because I was waiting for you because you said we were competing, right?
yeah. You don't see that one thing right behind me?
No, I see like a broom that's hanging on your wall or something. I know that a bunch of people I know though do collect those like amiibos for Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
And those are like all the rage. So people go crazy for those. But yeah, I've never had that like hankering to grab any of that stuff myself.
The only other thing I would collect too is like, obviously in a card game, I like Hearthstone or something like that. I try to collect every card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Every single card, just period, you mean? Not like in a
Yeah.
set? All right. Okay. Well,
No. The current set that's out is,
okay.
but
Is
then
that,
because I would never try to collect every single card because it's expensive to play that game
yeah,
when you're
and it's not going
trying
to
to collect
serve
the
you,
current set.
right? Depending on the
Yeah,
deck you're building.
and I mainly play ranked, standard ranked, not wild ranked.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you still on your Hearthstone run?
Um, I've
Sick
been
Hearthstone run. You have to pronounce the whole thing.
I've been no, I haven't been playing. Oh, there's a mega bundle for the
Oh.
next set.
Oh,
Oh, you can
money.
pre-purchase. It comes out in July. Uh no, because I've been playing that Forever game, and then I actually bought and Helldivers. I've been playing all sorts of civs, and then I bought this big game called Big Ambitions. I just started playing that.
Okay. How's that?
Uh, I have not even started my first business, so I've not played much of it.
Okay. Yeah, I
But
don't
the
know anything
Forever
about it though.
game's
What is it
fun.
about?
Oh, it's a game like you start your own like business. You could pick between like fast food or something like that, and then you try to make money. It's a simulation game. I like simulation games obviously like Civ, kind of, well, strategy, right?
Yeah, I do love simulation games. Yeah. Those are the
Hmm.
best to team up with people on, definitely. I know that you were talking about what, Schedule 1 before, right?
Yeah, Schedule One's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so something like that would be really fun.
Yeah, it's fun because like what we always would do in all of those games like that, like where it's like multiplayer and you have to build together, uh, is it's weird because everybody fell in like a certain role. Like my brother would do like a certain thing, my other buddy would do a certain thing, and then I would do a certain thing. Like I would typically go out and be either like the guys killing stuff, like in one of those sandbox games, or I'd
Yeah.
be the
Yeah.
guy selling the stuff. You know.
Okay, yeah. Well, I feel like in those types of games, you always need one person who loves to dedicate themselves to the crafting stuff, right?
Yes,
So if you're gonna
exactly.
build me a house, have at it.
Yeah, yeah. That was me. I was like, I would never want to build stuff. I'm just like, here, you go do that. Let me go and
Yeah,
explore this
I'll
stuff.
do whatever work you want me to, but I feel like crafting is not my strong suit, definitely. But we were talking about physical items that I know that people collect. I don't have anything other than like my old gaming console stuff, like I was talking about before, like my old Guitar Hero guitars and stuff that I love. But what about in-game items? Is there anything that you've broken your neck for when trying to play a game to collect in a video game?
Oh yeah. For me, it's a tie for like felt like goals and completions as a tie for any game within the Ratchet and Clank franchise for the Rhino gun. Rip you a new one. Um, best gun probably, minus the golden gun and GoldenEye, but that and then also getting the 7 Chaos Emeralds for Sonic. It always felt like a really good
Okay.
completion. And it
Yeah.
was more of a hard task when you had the combination of Sonic 3 and Knuckles because you had to do it twice. Where you had to get the 7 Chaos Emeralds, you become Super Sonic, and then when you combine it with Sonic and Knuckles, you have to do it again so he can become Hypersonic.
So when you say that you beat it like crazy, you really
Mm-hmm.
beat it.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome, though.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Matt? I'm
uh,
sure that
for,
you spent your life collecting, especially with games like WoW and stuff. I mean,
Yep.
those games are
Well,
all
there's
about
this
the
one thing
collectibles.
after a 20-hour raid and the
for
Lynch King
Right,
just
for
exactly. Yeah.
for for WoW, it would be like titles, like hitting a certain rank in dungeons or every season, because it was like a season thing, like most games nowadays. Or but what I would really collect is Mario 64. I was one of those
Okay.
Oh yeah.
persons that needed to collect every single thing.
I'm working on something very near and dear to me right now, and it's going to take a while, but I will complete it. It is a title, and it is going to be the legendary Jeff the Landshark title for Jeff the Landshark and
Yes.
Rival Rivals.
Yeah. That's pretty epic, though. That takes some
Yes, it
commitment.
is. Yep. Working
Uh,
on it.
I think there's one thing that everybody on this podcast, a game where they tried to collect everything.
Oh, Pokemon.
Yeah, gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all. Wait,
What
how long were you
generation?
waiting to do that joke?
Yep.
All right. Well, since we're talking about items, I did have something a little bit off topic to have a gaming competition with you guys of, if you guys are down for it quickly before the end of the episode.
Yeah, sure.
Um, would you guys be down for a quick little game?
Yeah.
Terms and conditions.
Oh, I'll lay them out. Don't you worry. We need to.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, since we were talking about like the item collectibles of video games, do you think that you guys would be able to recognize items from different games if I just mentioned them by name alone?
I mean, we could see. He's probably gonna win.
I'll try.
Okay. Well, that sounded very hesitant. I was not expecting.
Yeah.
How many?
All
How
right.
many
Well,
are we
I
doing?
threw together a list of items, and you can't get
20.
access to them. I made sure that you guys couldn't see the answers, but most of them are going to be games that I know we've played to some capacity, at least, or that we've mentioned somewhat on this podcast.
When you say
I tried to
we,
keep it
like
easy.
me, you, and him, or you and him?
Him. That is my
Probably
new
mostly
terminology
me
now.
and Sweet.
Him.
But I did my best not to choose like generic-y type of items. So we'll just do a few of them. And then if you guys have some off the top of your head that you wanted to mention to throw in, you guys can too. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the first one is Screw Attack. What game is that from?
Mario?
Mario, did you say?
Yeah.
No.
Super Smash Brothers?
It is not. Well, actually, technically, yes.
Because every character is in there.
Yeah, exactly. Don't look it up. Nobody's allowed to look it up.
My hands are
above
right
the
here.
table.
His hands, yeah.
All right, give up?
No,
Yeah.
Star Fox.
No.
Another good guess, though. It is Metroid.
Metroid.
That was my next guess. So I get half
All
a
right.
point.
The next one I'm sure you'll get, though. It is BFG 9000.
Dukem Nukem?
No.
I know the terminology
Super
of
Smash
BFG.
Bros?
No.
Just gonna say that for everyone.
You should, yeah. Safe bet. All right, give up?
Yep.
I feel like Sweet would know it, honestly.
Hurry up before he remembers.
It is Doom.
I was gonna say Doom, but no.
Yeah.
I've never played Doom in my life.
Oh, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, the next one is Energy Sword.
Halo?
It is, yes.
Damn.
Ding, ding, ding. Point for Sweet, anyway. All right. This one somebody's going to get. Thunder Fury.
World of Warcraft.
Yes. I had to
He
put
did
one
that
in
just
for
for
Matt.
you.
Had to give me a point.
I don't even know what that is personally, but I was like, I got to include one for Matt. All right. Next one. Hook Shot.
Zelda.
Yeah. Oh, good job. All right. I only have a couple more. All right. The next one is the Buster Sword.
Final Fantasy?
Yeah. Do you have a specific game that you could guess?
7.
Yes. That is Cloud Sword.
I have that as a magic card.
Yep.
Oh, nice. The sword specifically?
The card's called Buster Sword.
Yeah.
It's like worth like $35 or something like that.
Hang on to it.
All right, and my last one is the Fat Man.
I don't know. Fallout?
It is
Metal Gear
Fallout.
Solid 2? No.
Do you know what number? Bonus points? He's actually looking it up for anybody who's listening.
Yeah, he is. Look.
He's just like
76?
giving it a pause so it sounds more believable.
6?
What?
76.
No, well, it might be actually just because that has like a slew of all the games, but it's Fallout 3.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys did a lot better though than I was expecting. Not with the first couple, but
What are you talking?
Yeah.
He did a lot better, not me. I got one right.
well, you got the one right that I was hoping for anyway.
I mean, I wasn't using AI or Google.
Yeah, well, that's fair. All right, well, that's all I got game-wise. Did you guys think of any items, though, that you wanted to throw my way for a quiz question?
Something that you collect.
Yeah, typically is what
And it has a purple top with pink dots, white bottom, and it's anything. It can collect anything. It's inevitable.
Oh, Master Ball.
There you go.
Yeah, your final thing just gave it away. Once you were like so vague.
No, that pink
then
dots
boom.
actually is what helped me. Because I was like, what is purple with pink dots on it specifically?
Mm-hmm.
Good question, though. I didn't
Yeah.
describe mine, though, so that was a little bit tougher.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that's all I got gaming-wise, but we do have a big weekend planned ahead of us. A few of our friends are all going to be in the area, so we're all finally getting together face-to-face again. I know that lately we've been able to jump into games a little bit more, but it will be nice to see your faces in person. Matt, I'm kind of getting sick of you, though, because I've seen you a little bit too much in person lately. But sweet, looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got some gaming festivities, festival happening in the area, too. So lots of food, lots of fun.
And then Friday is Summer Game Fest after we just dealt with State of Play. So,
oh, is it that soon?
It is that soon.
Damn.
5 o'clock Friday.
I thought it was in July. Oh no.
No.
Oh God. Okay. Well, that's really exciting then. I didn't know that was coming up that fast.
Otherwise, that's it.
Yeah. Well, not so game related, but are either of you good at party games? Because I'm hoping to play some party games with you guys this weekend.
Matt is a legend in a specific game, but we must keep it PG.
Well, I think we could talk about. Are you talking about water pong?
Yes, we will talk about water pong.
No, I know. Actually, that was the first thing that came to mind when I was thinking about asking that question to you guys, is how just amazingly skilled Matt is. But after seeing his lack of skills in pickleball, I'm thinking maybe his old age is catching up to him.
Whoa. I've played it twice, all right?
Oh, God.
My serving was bad, guys, bad. I started to get it towards the end.
Okay, we'll see. Next time, I think that you're going to have those spikes, though, nailed.
Those spikes
I'm a little bit.
The spikes are fun to do.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah,
but then I feel
standing right outside the kitchen.
I feel bad when I was like hitting Kayla with the spikes.
All right. Well, for anybody listening or watching, please do make sure to let us know what you're looking forward to from that State of Play, or that's coming soon with the Summer Games Fest. Or even let us know what some of your favorite gaming memories growing up were, since I know we spent all episode talking about some of ours. But sending a big thank you again to everybody that's been listening or watching consistently. This has been another exciting episode of the Wake Game Sleep podcast. Please make sure to keep tuning in. You can find us, as always, on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and wherever else you listen to your favorite pods. And please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe as always. And anybody willing to listen, you can always give them a little earworm and let them know how good we are.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good one. We hope to see you soon.
Yeah, thank you. See you next week.